Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. Sorry I'm a bit late today. That's the new Lotus, the last of the internal combustion engine ones, because the next one is going to be all electric. I wouldn't have one, I've never been that fond of Lotuses, but that's just me. Anyway, as you know, the dating industry has been in something of a turbulent time across America and the Western world. Now, looking around, I found this. As you can see, it's Forbes Health, and this was done on the October 17th, which was last Tuesday. And more importantly, it was written by two women, Jessica Booth and Olivia Verhulst. And you can expect to have a non-man slant towards this article. It gives you the dating trends across America, constantly changing. The Pew Research Center surveyed found most singles viewed dating to be more difficult than before the pandemic. The interest in finding a committed partner remained the same, and it's more or less a feel-good factor, but there are some interesting things if you look at it from a MGTOW perspective. As you can see, dating app success rate. Nearly 70% of individuals who met someone on a dating app said it led to a romantic, exclusive relationship, while 28% said it did not. I would imagine that 28% is even Stevens between men and women. The individuals aged between 43 and 58 found the success with online dating, while 72% stated the meeting on a dating app led to a romantic relationship. But was that long-term or short-term? And then males are more likely to meet someone on a dating app and have it lead to an exclusive relationship, 75%, compared to 66% of women. Now, all these women, you can say, were on TikTok complaining, where have all the good men gone? Now it gets interesting. Online dating is still popular, with nearly 3 in 10 Americans saying they've used the dating site app, and more than 40% stating that online dating has made dating easier for them. I would imagine that is predominantly women. And then, additionally, 68% of males felt positive about dating compared to around 55% of females. That's 55%. They're all on TikTok complaining. A top place to find dates, according to 45% of respondents, was online dating apps, followed by being connected to a friend and concerts and festivals. Now, if you drop down, it says, according to US Census Bureau, nearly 47% of Americans, just over 117 million, are currently single. So you can say that's half and half. That's 50, 55, 58, nearly 60 million single guys in America, which coalesce with other articles I've covered on this channel. The Pew Research Center finds that 3 in 10 Americans are single. About half, 51%, are open to either committed relationship or casual dates. Over half of men, 56%, are looking for a committed relationship or casual dates, and less than half of women say the same. So they're still being picky. Now, if you drop down, percentage of single men and women in America. 32% of single Americans are single, 28% of women are single. That's a 4% difference. Then the average age is, for men it's 30, for women it's 28, because she sees the wall approaching and she's starting to get baby rabies. And the single survey found that a quarter of Americans say are looking for a relationship, and 8 in 10 Americans felt that you don't need to be married to be happy. I would imagine that is guys who are now embracing the MGTOW philosophy. And then if you go down, more than 1/3 of 38% are more open to dating someone who is not their physical type. Half of adults, 49%, are focused on prioritizing their work-life balance, and 13% are not interested in dating someone without a demanding job. That would be women after the top 10%. Now, this bit is interesting. Among 18 to 25-year-olds, 80% say they are self-care as a top priority when dating, and 79% want their partners to feel the same. That's the first question in a date, what you do for a living. Additionally, 75% of young people find someone more attractive if they're willing to work on their mental well-being. In other words, a guy doesn't want a woman with mental issues, and no doubt vice versa. Now, this bit's interesting. Dating in the US statistics. Dating from the US Pew Research Center found that 47% of Americans say dating is harder now than it was 10 years ago. Of course, 10 years ago it was 2013, and the third wave feminism was just starting in 2012, 2013. Inflation seems to have also impacted how people choose to date. According to Singles in America survey, 7 to 10 Americans are choosing more inexpensive activities like hiking instead of going out to eat in a restaurant. 55% of people would hold a first date at home, and 44% were open to a virtual date. And then more yada yada. Nearly half Americans feel like dating has become more difficult in the past decade. That correlates with that. And there are many potential reasons for this. The pandemic, blah, 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 blah. No mention that women are more picky than they've ever been. And then about mental health and more yada yada. And that's it, Forbes. Now this, and this is primarily aimed at women if you read through it. A woman finding love in 2023, how to find a good man. This was done on 4th of January this year. And it goes down, ask yourself, where are my relationship goals? Don't assume what someone else has what you want. Embrace your communication cadence and discover his. Find that love language. Don't get dragged down by past relationships. If you're asking how to find a good man, one of the first steps might be a little optimism. Walk into each date assuming the best about you and him. Nothing drags a date down like somebody already expecting you to disappoint them or complain about your ex. If you opt out of online dating, don't forget to actually describe yourself and reconsider what you think you'll meet him. Plenty of good men shy away from using online dating sites for this very reason. Catfishing, misconnections and confused signals. Don't waste your time on duds, but does that also include bad boys? And it says, from some of the biggest hurdle appears is sticking into your guns. You know that friend, the one who has a list of excuses of why her new guy isn't all what she spent the last 5 months telling you she wanted. In other words, girlfriends talking about themselves. And patience, and then if you click on that, if you're a woman, to see if you're a match. Now, dating seems to be a fashion item now because it's got trends. This is another woman reporting it, a physiotherapist, Mary Jo Rapini. That could be her. This was done on January 5th this year. And as you can see, it's Fox 26 in Houston in Texas. So this could be aimed at all the Texas ladies who are not able to get a guy. And it says each year, close the dating app and relationships experts predict the dating trends of the year. Now open casting. a new term, guardrailing. Guardrailing is a new buzzword for setting firmer boundaries, improving your work-life balance. Wonder love. Men rejecting masculine stereotypes. Now this bit comes across as man-shaming. Men are becoming more introspective about gender roles. 74% of dating men admitted to examining their behaviour over the last year. That's man-shaming. Challenging stereotypes that suggested men should show emotions and become more outspoken about how they feel. Well, if the guy does that, then she'll automatically drop him. So you can take that with a pinch of salt. Be more open and expressive about intimacy. Dating trends for 2023 show more daters wanting to explore and openly discuss their sexual desires. That would be Chad. But then again, Chad knows what he wants, and then once he gets it, he's off. In other words, ejaculate, evacuate, as they say. More than half the daters reveal they wish to discuss sexual desires early in the relationship. No. Early in the relationship, it's just getting to know the woman. Now this bit took my eye. Talking finances is no longer taboo. Daters can expect more honest conversations about money, credit scores and debt early in the dating experience. In other words, the first question, what do you do for a living? Early in the dating experience, you just want to get to know the person, not to discuss money, credit scores, or how much debt you're carrying. The debt, this bit is her debt. She could be student loan up to her ears, and she wants the guy to pay it off. And then once she's got it, she'll monkey branch to somebody who's more wealthier. Dates have become less elaborate, with respondents having drawn to casual dates and over-the-top fancy influential outings. Daters who manage money well will be more respected in 2023. In other words, wealthy guys, the top 10%. And then that's just a roundup. Now, if you're still not dating or getting in a relationship in your 40s and you're a woman, fear not. I found this, Flashback, refining being single and child-free in your 40s. And this was written by another woman. This was done on 15th of September by this lady, Anne Breach. And if you're a 40-year-old woman referring to single-person myth, questioning the narrative, being solo, happy and free. Yes, and you're free to complain on TikTok because you're solo without a guy. New kind of story, rewriting the title narrative. She could do with losing some weight, and she's got a hard face, and that's another 30-year-old woman post-war. Women and the solo traveller. These strong, independent women. Women on road trips aren't tragedies waiting to happen. Like men, we're free. We don't hear enough about women doing epic, exhilarating things without the comfortable, defining presence of a man. Well, let's see these women do some of the things which guys do throughout human history. Finding a purpose. Life is more enjoyable now it has been, more fulfilling. My relationships have deepened. Relationship with whom? I feel more secure and confident. In other words, she's a strong, independent woman. The word I come back to is that's feeling incredibly powerful. That, as I've said, she's a strong, independent woman. That is the antithesis of what we're conditioned to think. As a single woman in her 40s. Let's click on that, see what that brings up. Whoops. Why women revel in the ritual of being single. She's post-war, probably post-menopausal. Travels the world. Post-war, 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 post-war. she met up with a guy. It won't last or anything. Anyway, you can click on these links out yourself. You're supposed to think of yourself as a disciplined entity with no agency. And what does the Washington Post, Bezos' rag, say about that? No, you can't find this page. Bugger off then. Anyway, keen to challenge yourself with other people's expectations, join a group tour with Flashback and other life travellers in their 30s and 40s. But it all boils down to the women are finding it difficult to find a date. That's why you have a site like this and this. And it all boils down to the dating statistics where is it now? 32% of men have gone MGTOW, 28% of women are looking for a date, but there's a 4% difference, and that is going to increase as the time goes on, because we're still approaching 2030, and 45% of American women will be like this. So it's anybody's guess what's happened. I've found loads of stuff, but I can't put it all into a 10 to 15 minute video, so I'll have to wrap this one up now, because I'm probably over the 10-minute mark now. But you see, the MGTOW effect is definitely having an effect, otherwise we wouldn't get articles like this or this. So that's it for this week, people. Sorry it's a bit iffy, but as I said, I've got plenty to talk about, but it just takes too damn long. But you know the routine: like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. So until next Monday, that's it for this one. Bye bye.